International travel. We have some. We have quite a bit, actually. My second home of London Heathrow Airport is wide awake. We have 3 terminals open. We have a good supply of people coming from across the world. Not all of it. There's still various bits that are still inaccessible. New Zealand and Australia and the Far East being part of it. However, people are coming, and we're absolutely ecstatic to see them. It's lovely to see some of the reunions around the terminals. Wives, husbands, girlfriends, children, especially the young ones running to obviously their grandparents who they haven't seen in a long time. It's nice to know the world is once again a bit smaller and able to see each other face to face rather than via Zoom or Teams or any other apps of that nature. We've still got a way to go. The United States still stubbornly refuses to allow us Brits and us, the Europeans, to go there. They even refuse to accept AstraZeneca as an acceptable vaccine. Come on, Mr. Biden, Mr. Fauci, and the rest of you. That's not very clever. I know you've lost control of COVID yourselves, mainly down to some ridiculous right-wingers who believe that horse dewormer is better than Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson, which is clearly stupid, and they really don't deserve the right to medical treatment. However, AstraZeneca works very well, as will most of the UK prove, so you're going to have to let us in sooner or later. Later will do, though, because you have made a complete mess of it and your case rates have gone through the roof again. And not so much the case rates, which, if I'm brutally honest, the case rates aren't the most important thing. It's the hospitalisations that are the issue. They've gone up. Ours are still low, creeping up. Cases are a little bit misleading because cases can occur for any reasons. The vaccine's main job was to prevent hospitalisations and deaths. Job done. Yes, there's always going to be the odd rare case where tragically it doesn't work. However, as a rule, it is. What is extremely frustrating is the fools and the idiots out there who are finding obscure reasons not to take a vaccine, are proclaiming that no one should take vaccines. We had idiots attacking the building of the houses, the committee that authorises vaccines the other day. Those people are fools. Those people are dangerous, and I'm sorry, they're not personal choice, they're just downright idiots. Ignore them. The vaccines have done their job with COVID. They've got international travel going again. The world is flying. I'm sitting in Windsor. I'm looking out my window, and if it wasn't an overcast grey sky, I'd see a steady line of aircraft heading for London Heathrow. And they've got more people on than they used to have. 20 or 30, 40 wasn't uncommon during the worst of it. Now, half full, three-quarter full, yeah. You can fly with safety because everybody on that plane, wherever you've come from, has been double jabbed, has given it all negative tested. They're not allowed any on them otherwise. The airlines have instituted it as a condition of carriage. Oh, a guest star, my cat. Hello, Candy. You really don't like me talking to a computer, do you, mate? No. Yes, hang on. Let's have a look at her properly. Here she is. Come in, girl. There we are. There she is. Yes, she's been asleep on my lap. And she is vehemently opposed to me talking to computers. In fact, she's vehemently opposed to me using a computer and has been known to fall asleep on them. She's now behind the computer looking out the window, so don't be surprised if she suddenly reappears. And the reason the picture's moving is she's moving the screen. All right, Candy, I get the message. International travel is crucial. The world isn't designed to be locked up and apart from each other. It's designed to meet and talk and be together. We're doing that. We are enjoying it again. I've worked at Heathrow for 30 years. That last year was truly horrible. I never ever want to see the place like that again. We've not beaten COVID, but we've certainly got it much more under control than it used to be. Face coverings are a controversial area. They are conditions of carriage on public transport over here. Advisories in shops and enclosed spaces, and yes, I wear them at that point. I don't wear them outside. I don't see the point to wear them in general outside places. Don't see the point to that. Don't see the reason. Inside, yep. The terminals of Heathrow, they're mandatory. Our schools are going to be back now, and I'm sorry, folks, but you put 30 children or whoever in a confined room, no matter how good the air conditioning, there's a danger in there. They may not get very ill, but they can certainly spread it. And if they were to spread it to somebody who hasn't been vaccinated, or somebody who is more susceptible to it, there's a problem. Face masks for children are a controversial subject. As in an enclosed room, it's something they may have to put up with for a while. Because basically, they need to do their bit as well as everybody else has. They are obviously the group most likely to socialise. That age group, obviously they do. We need to give them protection to make sure that they don't bring it home and give it to people who they don't want to give it to. Their family, their loved ones. They don't want to do that. So I say this to the right wing. Freedom's great. You have to be alive and healthy to enjoy it. And frankly put, if you're suggesting that freedom is more important than health, then you are a fool, a dangerous fool, and one who wants to risk the lives and health of your family, and your loved ones. Back to where I started. International travel is crucial. It's vital. It's essential. It's happening. Thank goodness for that. I'll be doing my own sooner or later. I do mean later for no other reason than the fact I don't need to at the minute. But I will fly with confidence knowing that the plane I'm on will have a phenomenal filtration system. Like all double Japanese. We'll probably still have face coverings at that point, which is fine by me. We've got to do our bit to make sure COVID never, ever stops this world again. If we don't, we're to blame. Nobody else. Us. So, folks, be safe, be sensible, and don't let COVID out of the box that we have put it in.